Omar special episode today. Have a friend of mine that just came out of the penitentiary, did a few years, but we're the first interview for him. We're exclusive to him, and you might know him. He's been on social media for a little while. My man Joselito.
Damn, puppies! You already know who it is. It's your favorite puppy, Joselito, abuela's favorite nieto, and your puppies' favorite bicho. What's good, me guy?
What's going on, brother? Listen, I have a lot of questions from the audience already. So I think we're going to do the format today. We'll go 1 and 1. All right? I'll ask a question, then you ask a question. Then we'll go that way. It'll make it more interesting, I think, that way, because there's so much to cover with you that I wouldn't know where to start. So the first question, the most popular question we have today is, do you have any kids? And if you do, how many babies' mothers do you have?
That's a good question. You know what? I don't have any kids that I know of.
Okay.
But there is a couple suspects out there. You know, I've been accused. But nothing, no solid evidence to prove the fact that those are my kids.
So you're not claiming anybody?
No, I'm not claiming any kids.
Fair
right
enough.
now.
Fair enough. That's real.
I wish I could, though, because it would help me around tax season if I could claim a couple.
Yeah, you get some more money on the refund.
Any pooties out there, if you need me to claim your kids, we could go halves on the tax refund if you don't got a job.
That's really old school hood stuff right there, brother. I love that's really old school hood stuff. What kind of car are you driving?
Oh, me? Right now?
Yeah, you.
You know me, I got the hoopty still. I'm in the Honda Civic.
Okay, all right. Real Puerto Rican. What's your nationality?
Puerto Rican.
All right.
Boricua,
I should have known that. I should have known that. Born in the Isle or New York?
No, I was born in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay. All right. That's a good area. Who do you think is better in your opinion? Daddy Yankee or Bad Bunny?
Oh man, come on! How you gonna ask me that? Of course it's Daddy Yankee. You know Bad Bunny be with all that pateria. I'm not with it.
Yeah, a lot of people have been seeing that lately. Yeah, he was in some movie recently. I saw that. I was made me look away too. What actually started you in social media? What made you think that was the best way for you to go?
So what happened was I had gotten kicked out of Sesame Street. I used to be an actor.
I could see that happening.
I was an actor. I had a part on Sesame Street. I was Maria's son. And what happened was I had gave Miss Piggy the bichotazo. And Kermit caught us, and then he snitched me out to the producers. He told them I was selling ping ping. So I ended up getting kicked off the show. That's how I got locked up and all that. So then you know what? I said, fuck that. I'm going to go do this social media shit and still get lit. And now look at me.
Look at you. You just did a show recently in Brooklyn. How was that?
It was sold out. Shout out to all my potes and carifrecos in Brooklyn. They popped out. It was a dope show, man. Best style, Brooklyn.
Best style, was it? Any fights back there?
Nah. It was pretty cool. When everybody's laughing and getting along, usually the comedy shows be real chill. There don't be a lot of drama at the comedy shows.
Yo, who wins in the fight? You or Kermit?
Of course, me.
All right.
You want to see how skinny he is?
How about you and Big Bird?
Oh, you see now. I don't know. Big Bird, I might have to, kick him in the bolas and run because he a little big.
What do you think about those guys from Fraggle Rock? Do you remember those guys? Or are you too young for that?
My theory was that stuff they was eating was crystal meth.
They was getting high.
That was crystal meth.
I agree.
Just like it.
I
That's
agree.
why they was addicted to it. They had to eat it every day.
Yo, so you dropped the album.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the album?
It's called Abuela's Favorite Nieto, and it's available on all streaming platforms. So I need all my putis and carifrecos to go, support me with that. I mean, you don't even really gotta listen to it. Just press play so I can get paid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just press
you don't have
play.
to buy it, just stream it.
You don't even gotta listen to it. Just press play. I'm gonna get paid every time you press play. So
Yo, can you drop a bar?
I got you.
All right.
I said, espérate. I still got a little jugo de todo thing stuck in my throat from last night. All right. So I said, all this money that I'm piling got these booties all giggling and smiling. They love me because I'm shining like a sweaty forehead. I'm the type to splank real quick, tell her booty give me more head. She wanna back it up, I tell her booty go ahead. I said I eat the thing like Benin. I eat it out like chicken wings. I might lick the cooling, but only un ching ching, cause that really ain't my thing. I'd rather sniff the thing like it's bing bing. But Lito, that's impossible. Nah, like this, with one nostril. I said, I'm salsa picante, no Tabasco. Mexican putis call me muchacho, and let me stick the meat in the middle like a taco. And then the hook go like this. A couple of putis, a couple of putis, a couple of puercas. They usually sucking my bicho on the couch at abuelas. That puti would take my whole bicho and stuff it in her boca just like chuletas. That ass is so fat when I hit from the back, it sounds just like chancletas.
Yeah. So you got like a Drake flow, bro.
You know what? Drake is one of my influences. I do like his style. I like, adding in the melodies with the bars and stuff. So try to mix it up.
I see it. All right. So I'm in real estate and finance. You have any questions for me?
Yes. Because, we linked up because, you had me do a promo for you for the hard money loan.
Who's coming? It's coming soon. It's not out of editing yet. You guys will see it and it will come out.
So my question is, what is the easiest hard money loan to get when la cosa está mala? So for somebody with bad credit, you know what I'm saying, they trying to get a loan, what would be your advice?
So hard money lending, or business purpose lending in New York State as it's called, is simply for investment properties. Easiest way to say it is we don't care about your credit. We just care about the asset, means the building. Whatever the building is worth, we'll give you up to 65% of it. No questions asked. We close in an LLC title report. Title is basically the credit report of the building. We close, we fund you the money, and you have a year to 3 years to pay us back. It's the easiest way I can put it. You do those type of loans when you're looking to make a move quickly. Sometimes, even people with really good credit use these type of loans to buy a property from somebody in 7 to 10 days compared to a regular bank that'll take 30 to 60 to 90 days. So it becomes an opportunity thing.
So you can get the bread in 7 to 10 days?
The bread in 7 to 10 days, brother.
What?
That's what you got from all that. That's what you got.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fast.
Okay.
But the money gotta be for property or building.
No, the money's guaranteed by the property. What you do with the money doesn't matter to me. You can do whatever you want with it.
Oh, so it's if you already got the property.
If you have a property or you're looking to buy a property, you put some money, you put 35%, we'll put 65%. And that's the way that works. A lot of people use it. A lot of people do advance where they'll use 2 or 3 properties, take loans from them to buy another property, so no money comes out of their pocket. They're just using the properties to buy another property, and all the rents from the properties are paying the loan back. So they actually buy a property with no cash out of their pocket. It's a little advanced. I know I'm running around with it, but the people that do it know what I'm saying.
And what about for the people who don't know what you're talking about?
Basically, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. Yeah, just listen. Anything investment property we can lend on. That's really it. Just hit me up, and I'll tell you how to get it, how we can get it, and how fast you can get it, and in terms of how fast you need it.
That sounds like me when I'm talking to the booties. How they could get it, how fast they could get it, and how hard they need
it. Yeah. So hard money lending, real estate in New York City, that's what I do. For somebody like you, I want to be able to reach or talk to people like you and have people like you apply. Because do you have a social security number?
Of course.
All right, there you go. Then you qualify.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. Number? All I need is social. Somebody to blame if they don't pay back. That's it.
Somebody to blame if they don't.
That's
so they
really
ain't even check in and see like how much you made or nothing?
Nope. That has nothing to do with your income. It's not a consumer loan where we have to check tax returns and stuff like that. We simply look at the asset, the building, title report, appraisal, we close. That's it. It's very different than regular like people buying their primary residences using FHA loans and using the 5% down rules and stuff like that. You need to have money to play in the game that I play in, but in the right situation, speed is king, right? Opportunity costs. Like if it takes too long, it's gonna go. Somebody else is gonna get it. You know how many times you? It's like you coming over to me. You have cash in your hand. You say I want to buy it, and I'm saying, well, it's 20. I was like, I give you 15. You have $15 in front of me. I might give it to you 15 and just move on to the next thing. Where somebody else will be like, oh, I got to apply for a credit card. Let me hit you back in 30 days, and all that. It's a really good it's a comparison where you might get a better deal because there's less time waiting on the other side, and that becomes your whole leverage.
No, yeah, I feel you on that. Because, sometimes when I'm at the strip club,
There you go.
and if I hesitate to get a lap dance from the booty I really want to get a lap dance from, another carifreco will grab her up and hog her for the whole night. Now I'm stuck having to get a lappy from the ugly booty.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel you.
Yo, man, you can't. Opportunity cost. That was a great example of opportunity cost right there.
Yeah.
If you don't pull it out, somebody else will. Right? If the deal is good, if the girl is hot, you're gonna have to, shoot your shot quickly, or somebody else is gonna shoot it before you.
Nah, that's
pause. So what kind of investments do you make?
Me, usually I'm investing my time in polkas.
Okay. Okay. That's a really good, I think, asset class. Yeah, I can see it.
Because,
what kind of women do you look for?
Me, I like the ones that like me.
Okay.
So I'm not too picky.
All right. So you take anything. Blind, cripple, and crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say anything. I don't like it when the toto's apetado. Like, it can't.
What celebrity catches your eye? Who's hot?
Ice Spice right now.
Ice Spice is
Ice
okay.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice, hit him up.
Yeah,
he's
I
available.
Got you. I'm getting the loan right now.
He's getting a hard money loan, so he can come, so he can run with you.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Wherever you want to go, where you want to go, Roof's Chris, tell me.
Roof Chris. I don't know what else we got here. So we know what kind of girls you like. Anything in the news that you want to talk about right now?
Yeah, I was just looking online. The hot topic. We on the real estate.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on the real estate RICO going on right now?
The real estate RICO stuff. Talking about the guys in Jersey.
For everybody that don't know, ain't up to speed. Last couple weeks or so on social media, has been a big scandal here in the Northeast area. Big time celebrity DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club has been caught up in a real estate RICO, they calling it.
Right.
Where he got caught up in a scandal, I should say, where it was a Ponzi scheme, they saying, for over $40 million, where they were scamming poor, innocent, hard-working civilians out of their hard-earned money. And I guess from what I understand, the scam goes that they were promising people it was quick flips. So say they give DJ Envy or his business partner $100,000, they were promising a 30% return on their investment within 3 to 6 months. So that $100,000 could turn into about $135,000. And they were just scamming people left and right. And now the police are on it, the feds are on it, they're getting sued. All the news is covering it. So you as a real estate mogul, what's your thoughts on this? The real estate etiquette when it comes to scamming.
The professional answer is this, right? So right after COVID, interest rates were at a really, really all-time low. They're like 3%. And what was happening, there was lack of inventory where there weren't enough houses and everybody wanted to leave the city. So people were looking to buy anywhere. So I understand where the concept of promising high returns in a certain amount of time, in a certain time frame within 2019 to 2021, it maybe made sense. But what happened was things slowed down. And this is not a shot at anybody, but if you have an unsophisticated investor, you have to explain to them, hey, look, the margins are thinning. The product, meaning the inventory, the buildings are not moving as fast as they were used to, because we were in a real estate craze for a couple of years, right? Because the interest rates are so low. That's what made the interest rates crazy. There was that stimmy money that was out there. Everybody's using that to do misappropriate. I'm not calling people out. I know what I've seen enough. And so they, I guess they were in front of enough people, and they were, they were promising things, and maybe at a certain time, maybe they could make those returns, right? Because you had so many people coming in wanting to invest money that in the beginning maybe it was possible, but I don't think it was sustainable. I think the issue became, you're still promising people, and you can't deliver that, so you got to have that conversation. And again, I don't know enough about it. I'm not saying he did anything right or wrong. I really don't know. But obviously, if there's enough people saying they lost their money, this ties us all back to my little crusade is with my podcast, with my book, with everything, is financial literacy, right? Like you promise people that don't know enough about a certain financial product they're gonna go based on what they see on TV or at a seminar. They think you're an authority, and you might be, but they have to also have the financial education, the education themselves to understand things like the market turning, things of that nature. And I think that part was kind of overlooked, where everybody, and I'm not labeling anybody in particular, but everyone wants to get money quick. Nobody wants to understand the process. And sometimes the process can go against you, and you got to understand it to understand when it goes against you. You have to be like, yo, this is part of investing. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes it doesn't go that well. I'm just saying that if everything was above board. Now, if somebody was doing stuff with the money behind closed doors, that's a whole different conversation. And I'm sure that'll come up in the news as they start getting investigated. That's my 2 cents on the deal.
Actually, you said a couple of things that were interesting that I want to piggyback off of. So, my first question, do you think, because like you said, maybe they had initial good intentions.
Right.
So do you think maybe this was that type of situation? Like, how often is this a thing, like Ponzi schemes and schemes in the real estate industry? Is that a normal thing? Or is
Ponzi
it
schemes
more like that? Like maybe, people come in with good intentions. Like you said, they took on more than they can chew, bit off more than they can chew, I should say. And then now they finding themselves in a scam when maybe originally they really did have good intentions. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that, everybody starts with good intentions. But the thing was, in 2019, 2020, 2021, it was unprecedented times. We had a pandemic global. We had a government that was artificially stimulating the economy with low interest rates. They were also giving people money to stay home. They were also giving money to people with businesses that had to shut down. There was so money being pumped into the system that, yeah, like everything, it's almost like, when they say you're on a run, like everything's going right.
Yeah,
everything's going right for a minute. Everybody, or as we would say on the street, everybody's up. Everybody was up.
Yeah.
Everybody was up, right?
No,
so
true.
everybody's up for a good 12 to 18 months. Everybody was up.
Had Casamigos.
Right. Everybody was drinking. Everybody was living the dream. People were driving Ferraris. Nobody was working. I didn't know how it was working either. But then at the end, with inflation coming, and inflation really basically is just a direct construct or a direct response to all the cheap money that was pumped into the system, and that grinded everything to a stop. So basically, building costs went up, interest rates went up, so the money that you were making per deal went down. And if you were on a thin margin already, forget it. You're out. And if you're using other people's money, that becomes the conversation, because unfortunately, the guy who's putting the deal together is always going to look out for him first, right? So unfortunately, if you're just a silent investor, you're going to get paid last. And I'm not saying that's what happened. I am saying that if I look from the outside in, I could have seen that what was coming. Is that exactly what happened? I don't know. I don't know those people. I know economy. I know business. I know real estate. I know lending, and I know margins. I know compression of the dollar. So all those terms, I know those things. So to me, if I look at it this way, I'm like, you should have known that was coming. Is it too late? Probably is. Probably there's money that's burned already. And I'm not saying people went out there and were partying with.
That money's gone.
Yeah, that money's gone. I'm pretty sure they could sue anybody they want. They're not going to get any money.
I'm pretty sure that money's gone.
I'm pretty sure that money's gone too, yeah. And direct answer. So, yeah. Did they have good intentions? I don't know them. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's in situations like that, it's hard to tell people's intent.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah.
But so my next question is, because people, the interesting part about this scam was to me is the DJ Envy part, because like when I was watching the little YouTube clips, everybody said, all the victims said, I would have never done business with the Caesar guy if it wasn't for DJ Envy, shouting him out on the Breakfast Club, promoting him, all these celebrities promoting him. And that's interesting to me because, the regular 9-to-5 person, 9 times out of 10, they're going to take a celebrity's word for it because they're thinking, oh, this celebrity, they business with them, they well with them. And how can somebody, do their due diligence and figure out, like, hey, is this guy really legit? Like say if that would have been me, and I'm like, okay, let me, I want to work with it. It sounds cool. It sounds interesting. Like, but how can you actually research and find out, all right, is this guy really a real estate mogul like he says he is? Like, is there ways to find that out?
There's ways. I mean, you can research people. You can look up their properties. You can look up deeds and see if people are the owners of that deeds. But then again, that you have LLCs, you have corporations, you have entities that you put in to protect yourself as an investor. You don't put it in your name because God forbid you get sued. and your name's on everything, you get sued for everything. If you put things in LLCs and corporations, it separates assets so that they're protected, right? So that's one part. The second part becomes, going back to what you said earlier, is that there's celebrity endorsements, right, bro? Like if you've built, he's on a morning show, he's in everybody's ear every morning for years. People feel that they can trust him. He's built a rapport with the audience, and he's built some sort of recognition and brand trust. Yeah. So like what I do hear him saying, "Oh, I'm a victim." Listen, man. All right, I'm not gonna judge him on that, but I will say you do have a responsibility. It's almost like if I put you on, and it goes wrong, who are you gonna come to? You're gonna come to me, be like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "Oh, listen, this is what." Well, you should be able to explain it. You don't just wash your hands and be like, "Hey, man, I don't know what happened." Like, bro, like, that had nothing to do my with man, me. If I put you on, there's some fiduciary responsibility that ties into it. I believe in being a celebrity, and I think that's the part where people don't understand. What they think is all cool just to be on a TV or on a radio or whatever. But there's some responsibility that comes with it too, because, and I'm talking about retail. And when I mean retail, I mean the guys that work 9 to 5. Whether you're a nurse, whether you're a construction worker, whether you're a mailman, whether you're a police officer, like, they have this finite amount of time they're working, and they're trying to place their money somewhere, so they know that when it's their time to retire, at least they don't have to be worried about living, like paying their rent or mortgage or eating and stuff like that. Like, there's a certain, like vets. If you look at veterans, they go to war, they come back. How many guys you see are homeless, they're all fucked up, man? No offense, I have a special place in my heart for them. But it's the same concept.
They be having like a whole shelter dedicated just for the vets.
Just for the vets, right? And these guys defended us against wars, against other countries that want to invade us. Yeah. But the thing is, like, you can't just absolve yourself. You can't be on some, it's not me, it's not. You should. The one thing I do see is that he should claim some accountability. Be like, this is fucked up. I'm gonna see what I can look into, and kind of leave it that way. From what he's trying to do, he's just trying to distance himself, trying to run away, and so that's not what we do. We gotta stand up, right? We gotta if we're somehow associated with this, we have to kind of. I'm not saying you gotta turn on each other. I'm just saying you gotta be like, man, this is what I know, and that should be the conversation, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm interested to see how it's all gonna play out. And me being the celebrity puppet I am.
You are a celebrity.
I've been talking with friends and stuff and people who know DJ Envy personally, and for the majority of them, they kind of like aren't surprised. So I'm kind of interested to see.
So that's a character testament then.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like interested to see how it's gonna play out, because I want to see what does happen with that aspect of it.
Did you have any money involved?
Who, me?
Yeah,
not with DJ Envy. Hell nah. You see, my whole thing is like I never will put money into something if it's not your specialty.
Right. Like,
when Burger King try to make tacos.
Yeah, bad.
Like, why would you eat a taco from Burger King? That's not what they known for. They the king of burgers. Like, so it's like I'm never gonna, like, whatever it is, I want your specialty. You know what I'm saying? Right. So whatever you known for. So if you a DJ, I'm gonna go to you for a party. I'm gonna book you for a DJ. I don't want to go to you for my real estate advice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've heard him say things like, "Oh, why would you not go to your accountant? Why would you not go to your attorney?" Because people, they trust you. They know you. They feel like they know you. They feel like they know you.
Exactly, because you told me on the radio that he was good.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't. I thought you did all that first. That's what it boils down to. And then the other thing that's funny about it too is that people have this perception that. You see a doctor on TV or you see a real estate agent, you automatically, this must be the best guy in the field. Like, this guy, he's on TV. He must be at the top of the field. Like, he could be Joe Schmo. He just, it's not what you know, it's who you know sometimes. So, he probably just got up in there because he knows the producer or something like that. He doesn't mean he's the best in that whole field.
Or let's be honest. All right, now you got me into another topic, right? So here's the topic. The topic is you have all these people walking around with accreditations, right? Oh, I'm on the Forbes list. I'm on this list. You're on that list. They pay to be on the list. They pay to be on the list. So please don't tell me that you're on the Forbes list, because I'll be like, if I paid you $2,000, I'll be on the Forbes list. So like it becomes that thing, right? It's like you see everybody on Instagram saying, I won this award. You paid for the award. You should win the award. You paid for it.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know you was paying for the Forbes.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
I thought you had to get paid. I thought they had to literally look through your records.
No, Forbes hit me up. They're like, you want to be on our list? It's $2,500. I was like, no, I'll be on my own list.
And what was gonna be the?
No, I get to say, I'm a Forbes accredited real estate guy.
No, but like, well, you know how they'll be like top 10 or top 20.
Oh, we didn't even get to that
Latinos. Was it
conversation.
like
Yeah, we didn't even get to that
Did they tell you the
conversation.
theme?
I was shut it down. I was like, I got my own channel, I got my own outlet. I'm okay. But
You know what, Forbes, holla at me when you do the top 10 richest puppets. I want to be right there
dude,
behind Jeff Dunham.
that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Yo, what do you think about Count Chocula?
Who?
Count Chocula.
You know, I haven't met him personally. I was cooler with Count Dracula from Sesame Street.
Okay.
If a lot of people don't know, me and him used to do ping ping together. That's why he was up all night counting. Him and Snuffleupagus, three of us, be up all night.
Yo, what do you think Elmo identifies as?
I don't know, but I did hear he was on some pateria.
These are the questions I gotta ask you.
It was his handler. There's a whole
his handler. Okay.
There's a whole documentary on him on Netflix.
on
It was
okay.
real, which is weird.
Just weird.
I don't want to get too deep into it
All right,
because
let's
it
get
is
into that.
weird.
Let's get
But
into that.
yeah,
All right,
Elmo's doing some weird stuff out there.
Do you think Big Bird is really that nice of a person?
Yeah, he was actually cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
And
See,
you
I
think-
know. I told you. I know all of them.
Yeah, it's not Snuffleupagus. He gets high?
My episodes got archived because when they
They got
kicked, that's why
edited.
people don't believe me that I've been on the show.
What about Animal from the Muppets?
Animal.
Animal.
Animal. Oh
yeah.
yeah. He's. You see what happened to him? The reason he liked that, he got caught in an LSD trip. You know how you could get caught permanently stuck?
He got stuck.
He got
forever.
stuck back in the 70s in the LSD trip. That's why he like that auto now.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Now that you say that, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
now. He got caught in an LSD trip. He never came back.
I be trying to tell y'all, people don't know. I
can
know
see
all
that.
the behind the scenes.
I could see that. What about the two old guys?
My documentary is coming soon, Surviving Sesame Street. I'm expose all.
What about the two old guys at the top of the? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, them hating ass viejos.
Yeah. Did you know those guys?
Yeah. I met them too. They was hating on me.
They were
too.
they were like borderline racist.
Yeah, they was that.
Okay.
You know, I spent the majority of my time, you know, by the building with my mom Maria, and Oscar the Grouch was cool. You know,
I forgot about him.
he was at Tecato.
Yeah, that makes sense
That's
too.
how he ended up in the garbage can and all that.
Yeah, it makes sense now. Yo, talking to you actually makes my childhood make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the behind the scenes. Like, remember Full House?
Yeah.
The guy who played Danny Tanner. If you ever seen him behind the scenes, he's a carifreco.
Is he?
Yeah. So, you know, behind the scenes,
Yo, Bert and Ernie were a couple?
yeah, there was some about that. You know, that bath time at the same time was weird. They was trying to promote that early. And now they got all types of weird puppets on there. I think they do got a bisexual or trans puppet now too.
I haven't been watching.
Yeah, the alphabetical community's taking over.
Yeah, the Alphabet Boys are here now. And we're not talking about the FBI or the CIA. We're talking about other people. We're talking about other people.
Yeah, they after me.
When you were growing up, you got into a lot of fights?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, you know, I was a lover more than a fighter.
Okay.
You
How
know,
many women you think?
they beat me up?
No.
No. Oh, no. Nah,
No, that you've been with.
Because I was going to say, the only fights, usually I was getting beat up by the puti for doing some carifreco shit. Like, one time I got beat up. It's weird getting beat up by a puti too, right? Because, you know, you can't hit them back. And then nobody's going to save you.
Right. You just got to run.
Like, one time, yeah, I tried to run. My baby mama caught me. I was running out the house.
So you do have a baby.
Well, no, I don't. It was one of my alleged. So I'm running out the house, and she put me in a chokehold, and all the neighbors came out, and she put me in a chokehold, and she's punching me at the same time, right? And I'm looking at my neighbor dead in his eye, and I'm like, "Save me! Save me!" And he did the Homer Simpson and just like got out right into the bushes and like did not. He gave me that look like, you on your own, cabrón. Like, and she whooped my ass all the way until the police came. And they was like, what happened? They looking at me. I did the Kevin Hart. They were like, what happened? I'm like, can't you tell what happened?
But you still with her?
Nah.
No, you left her?
Nah.
So how many women in total you think over your years?
Me? I don't know, because I lost count. I lost count after like 30. So I might be, I don't know.
Are you good with a computer, bro? Like you have thumbs?
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty
He said, yeah.
ambidextrous.
Yo, what's your favorite basketball team?
I like the Celtics.
Boston, of course, because you were born there.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think about the pickups this year? Do you know anything about them?
Yeah.
Chris
We got
Stapps, he was looking kind of good today.
we got
yesterday.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew
Holiday. Porzingis. We looking pretty good.
You are looking pretty good.
My problem is I don't like I don't know. I be getting iffy with Jaylen Brown though sometimes.
He's the highest paid NBA player right now.
Yeah, but
$300 million. Yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't like how he performed last year in the playoffs, but I mean it happens. Everybody has bad games. Even me, I have bad shows sometimes still to this day. You know.
What's the worst show you ever had? Like, what's the worst thing that ever happened?
To me during the show,
Yeah.
Oh man, there's been a couple. One time, the fire alarm went off
In the middle of your skit.
in the middle of my show, and it just kept going off for like 30 minutes. We had to stop the show. Ambulance had to come. The fire department had to come and shut off the fire alarm. And then I've had like drunk hecklers that tried to rush the stage.
Really?
And stuff like that. Yeah.
You had to put him down?
No, I got security usually. They would handle that before they do get to that point or whatnot. Yeah, but mostly hecklers, stuff like that. And then one time, there's been a few shows because sometimes I'll get booked too for like random shows. My booking agent is a gringo, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes he don't understand my demographic. So like he's booked me for shows sometimes, and I'm like, I'm the Boricua puppet. Why would you book me for Wichita, Kansas? Like there's no Boricuas down here. Like,
we're not gonna be able to connect. Right. I got you.
And one time I did a show, I forget where it was. It was somewhere in New Jersey actually, and but it was just like 90% white people in the audience. And as soon as I started saying "puti this" and "puti that," like half the audience just walked out on me.
Wow.
And by the time I was done, it was like only like 10 people left in the audience.
But even if one person shows up, the show got to go on, right?
Yeah, the show must go on. Yeah. I've done shows for 2 people. I've done shows for the biggest show I ever had was 600 people.
Wow. What was that?
That was in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicago has heavy Latino Mexican, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of Boricuas in.
Boricuas too?
Yeah, Boricuas too in Chicago too. They have these 2 big like Boricua flag monuments that go from like one side of the street to the other. It's real dope. It like almost looks like a Boricua flag bridge. Like you could go under it.
Really?
Yeah. But they got a big. Besides New York, Chicago is the second big Puerto Rican demographic.
I would think Mass, but only certain parts of Mass. Like I know that Holyoke, Springfield.
I think as a state maybe they might have it, but as just a general city, city wise,
Yeah.
I think it goes New York, Chicago, and Philly. I like one,
any
2, 3.
show, like, have they ever booked you to go to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, but the pandemic ruined it.
Oh, that
for
was
me.
during that?
Yeah, that was during the pandemic. I was so tight because I was supposed to do a show down there. I was supposed to hit LA. I was supposed to hit a couple spots on the West Coast, and I actually had like a whole 35 city tour lined up when the pandemic hit. The pandemic like really sent me back.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
And how's momentum going now? Like, you see people starting to book shows now?
Yeah, definitely. It's way better now. Like it's been getting progressively better. It's still not. I tell people it's still not as good as before the pandemic. Like before the pandemic, I was doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some people, like you were saying earlier, like pandemic, they were like, oh man, they came up, and they like for me it was the opposite. Like the pandemic fucked me in the cooler for a good while until I found out that I could get the PPP. that I got me the PPP.
What about virtual? You do a lot of virtual stuff?
Yeah, of course. That's where the majority of my money comes off the road, from tours,
Performing.
merchandise. Like when the pandemic hit, like that 35 city tour,
Yeah.
that probably lost me like anywhere from like $20,000 to $30,000 just on that one tour alone, which I would have gotten like within the course of like a month and a half.
Right.
So wait, what was it? What was the question?
How it affected you? How it affected
the
you?
pandemic, yeah, how it affected me. So yeah, so like I said, during the pandemic, I ended up getting the PPP and the
EIDL.
Yeah, I got all the money during the pandemic, which was cool. But it just set me back for the tours, because once the the unemployment money was over and all that, and we got back to tours, it was the whole mask mandate. So now, like, you know, a venue that I would have sold out for, like, say 200 people pre-pandemic is now only allowing me to hit, say, 50 people, maybe 75 people because of
the ticket sales don't equal it.
Yeah, so now the ticket sales are low. Then after the mask mandate, it was the vaccine mandate. So now you got people who want to come to the show, but they don't want to get the vaccine. So they didn't want to come out to the shows. So that was like really hurting the shows. But now, you know, the vaccine mandates are gone. Everything's gone. I'm noticing it's picking up, but it's now I feel like the issue is the inflation and all that. I feel like people are
money's tighter.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. I'm noticing people saying that his money's tight. You know, people. You know, when my drug dealer friends are complaining that la cosa tan mala, that's
something has to be happening.
Something's going wrong.
Yeah, something has to be happening.
I'm like, what? They can't afford crack no more.
Yo, so you have a merch store?
Our online store, yeah.
Okay.
But I actually, it's funny you say that. Me and I do have my best friend. He's also silent investing, you know, business partner. We do a lot of stuff like side little ventures together. You know, he'll invest in some stuff with me and stuff like that. And he just opened up a storefront at a mall, Ridgewood Mall in Queens. So we was already talking about getting my merch in there, like maybe some like exclusive merch that you can only get in store.
At that store,
and maybe start doing little pop-ups too, where people could come get the merch from me and, you know, do a little autograph signing and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
How many shows have you done this year?
So, I haven't kept count, but I've been averaging a good 50, except for the pandemic year, 50 to 60 shows a year.
Okay.
And then, you know, for all my up-and-coming influencers, comedians in there wondering, I've been averaging anywhere from, should I say it? I was because this isn't what I claim on the books, but anywhere from like 65 on a bad year. On a good year, I'll make over $100,000 a year, off the shows, merch, whatchamacallit. So you know what social media pays me as far as like, you know, for the views and stuff like that. So it's been decent, you know. It definitely pays me more than when I was working my 9 to 5. And
which is your favorite platform?
Instagram.
Yeah,
because that was like the one where like I first like fell in love with, I guess. So
you said you went viral. Was that on Instagram?
No, so I first went viral on Facebook.
Okay.
But
talk about that though. Like what you did a little skit.
And I did a skit. It was a skit about what was it? Backwoods, because I smoke. So I was complaining about backwoods and about how I hate how, like, you know, sometimes you roll them and they don't come out too well, and
the quality.
Yeah, like I just didn't think much of it too, because at the time I only had 400 followers on my Facebook page, and I posted.
What year is that?
This was the summer of 2016.
All right, 2016.
So I posted it to my Facebook page, and I didn't think nothing of it. And then next day I woke up, my phone said 10,000 notifications, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, like I thought I was getting canceled." So when I looked, I'm like, "Oh shoot, the skit went viral." It had 1.2 million views overnight, and I went from 400 followers to 50,000 overnight.
Wow.
So then I was like, "Oh man, you know,
I'm on.
Yeah, I'm up. Hey, let's go. They like it." So I just kept going with the skits. Like at that time, I was maybe only putting out a skit every so often.
Right. Were you still working your full time?
Yeah, I had a day job. I used to work for CVS. You know, before the social media stuff, I was doing the stand up on the side, and, you know, working my day job 9 to 5 doing CVS. I was a supervisor there, just trying to work up my way up the ladder up the retail, you know, and then stuff started going good with the social media, so that summer I quit. And even that was a funny story when I quit, because you know how jobs always try to hit you with that 2 weeks bullshit?
Yeah. You have 2 minutes?
Yeah, I called and I was like, my boss's name was Brian. I was like, Brian. I was like, it was like my first big, like, to me it was a big tour. I was doing a 6-city tour.
Right. Yeah, I'm busy.
It might only been 4-city tour actually, even, but it was enough for me to say, you know what, I'm getting paid more from this than what I'm gonna get for working.
Right.
And I tried to take the days off of work, and he wouldn't let me. So I was like, you know what, you know, things are going good with the tour. I'm about to quit. You know, I'm getting paid more than that.
Fuck your job.
So he was like, Joselito. He's like, how you gonna just quit on me like that? He's like, you're not gonna at least give me a 2 weeks notice? And I was like, what you mean, cabrón? You get 2 weeks, need 2 weeks. I'm trying to quit today. And, you know, he was like, if you don't give me a 2 weeks notice, I have no choice. I have no other options. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to just have to. And then I got a little nervous. I was like, what?
Do what?
Exactly. I was like, what? And he was like, I'm going to have to give you a bad reference. And I was like, mira, cabrón. I was like, listen, hey, I'm Puerto Rican. I was like, I already got bad credit. You know what I'm saying? I drive around with a bad license. I was like, do you think I give a damn about a bad reference? And I was like, you could shove that bad reference up your culo. And then I got even more mad because I got to thinking, right? And I was like, who the hell even said I'm going to use you for a reference anyways? Because you know us Boricuas, like if I have to fill out another job application, I'm going to put that I used to work for CVS. I'm going to put my supervisor's name was Brian Thompson, but I'm going to put my cousin's phone number. You know what I'm saying? Put my primo's phone number, and I'm going to call them and give them the heads up. Like, listen, if they call asking for a Brian from CVS, you Brian, I used to work there for 10 years. Held it down. Matter of fact, tell them you mad I'm leaving.
Tell me you want me back.
Exactly. You ain't go catch me like a pendejo.
All right, so you told Brian you out.
I was out of there. And then, and that started the Puppet Wave comedy tour. Like you were saying, speaking of LLCs.
Yeah.
That was 2016. 2017, I opened up my LLC, Puppet Wave Entertainment, LLC. And, things have been up and down because like we said, that was 2017. Had a real good run from 2017 to about 2019. And then pandemic hit. And then it's, been a slow come up back to trying to get it to
normalcy,
pre-pandemic,
right?
yeah,
to normalcy and stuff like that. I guess open air stuff would be the best, but I mean, you definitely have a talent, brother. You definitely out, of course, absolutely. I'm honored you're on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No,
man.
absolutely.
It's cool. It's different podcast too, because it's cool talking about the financial stuff too, because me as a comedian, and being in the social media world. It's the big, you go into it just with the art side,
right?
But then it's like, damn, now I gotta find out the business side too, because you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, now I'm getting paid. Now I gotta pay taxes.
Now I gotta know how can I keep my money?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly,
that becomes the question. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for somebody like me too, who's coming from being a 9-to-5er. Well, you're just so used to getting a check.
A W-2
your taxes get taken out.
Yep.
End of the year, you file your taxes, and that's it. There's no other like real things to do.
Right.
But once you start working for yourself, it's a lot of stuff that you have to be on top of.
Right.
To stay on top of,
your expenses and things like that, so you can shield yourself or protect yourself, because obviously you have. I think most people don't understand is that they'll be like, oh, you're finessing. I'm like, you're not finessing. You have certain legal rights which you exercise, and I believe the whole mindset of, especially people on the come up where they work W-2 jobs and they were told, you do this, and that's it. And then now all of a sudden you have options. And then especially the old school regime, they're like, no, that sounds shady. I'm like, no. It's a write-off. No, mortgage interest is a write-off. Depreciation is a write-off. No, utilities, like, I break it down for them. They're like, it just sounds weird. I'm like, I know it sounds weird. It's different. It's a different way of approaching things.
Yeah.
But it's all legal. But, it depends on who you talk to. Because if they've never seen it or heard of it, or none of their friends do or their family do it, then it's alien. It sounds like totally made up. Like, how can you do that? How can you? I'm like, listen, what you do as a self-employed person is you dictate how much taxes you have to pay. I mean, legally you have to have your write-offs, but like you can use certain things to supplement or make your business better. Yeah, and also shield yourself from having to pay taxes on that. But there, there's that fine line, right, of use and abuse. Some people just kind of go crazy with it.
Nah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's that thin line between taking advantage and then it becomes a scam.
Yeah, taking advantage and knowing the scam. Right, there you go. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's kind of probably what happened in Jersey, but we'll leave that there. All right, Joselito, where would they reach you if they need you, if they want to book you, they want to talk to you? Speaking to the camera.
It's Joselito Dapuppet at gmail.com. The is with a DA, so it's Joselito DA, and then puppet spelled normally at gmail.com. You can hit me up there for bookings. If you want to follow me on social media, you can either just type that same name in, Joselito Dapuppet, or at the Puppet Joselito on Instagram and all the other social medias and stuff like that. Oh, and my YouTube, actually, that's the most important one. My YouTube is paying me the most. So please run up my YouTube views. Make sure you check me out. It's Joselito Dapuppet on there as well.
And when are you doing your next skit with your whole family?
So those reoccurring skits that I got with my family. Some upcoming projects I got coming up, like we was talking about off camera. I got a movie project I'm working on. I'm working on my first stand-up comedy special. With looking to upload it to some of the streaming platforms like Tubi and Amazon Prime, and places where everybody could go watch it, and I can still get paid. So those are some of my upcoming projects for my fans to look out for. And then of course, Puppet Wave Comedy Tour year round. If you want to check out my tour dates, you can go to my Linktree. So it's Linktree/Joselito Dapuppet, and you can get all my listings for my tours, or just follow me on social media. I'm always posting up the tour flyers and updates on shows.
There you have it, boys and girls. Joselito, my man. Straight out of jail, back to us.
And back to the Totinsky right now.
There you go.